use the distance formula to decide whether AB is congruent to BC. Okay, so we have to find the distance between AB and then find the distance between BC and compare the two. So for that we use the distance formula. So remember, the distance formula equals square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So let's plug in the appropriate x's and y's, and again remember to decide, you can decide which one is x1, which one is x2, but then be consistent with the y1 and y2. So for AB, we have square root of 4 minus negative 4 squared plus 1 minus negative 6 squared. So simplify this, you get square root of 64 plus 49, because here we have 8 squared, and in the second term we have 7 squared. Remember, minus negative is positive, so add them all up. So we get square root of 113. Now, it is not really necessary to plug this in the calculator unless you really want to, because we're just going to compare the distances. So if the other square root comes out to the same thing, then we're good. If not, then they're not equal. So BC equals square root of negative 4 minus negative 3 squared plus negative 6 minus 6 squared. So negative 4 plus 3 squared, so that's negative 1 squared, and that's 1. And then we have negative 12 squared, that's 144, which equals square root of 145. So you can see that this and this square root, they're not equal. So AB is not congruent to BC. Okay, moving on to problem 2. Oh, rather problem 4. It says suppose M is in between L and N. Use the segment addition postulate to solve the following variables. Then find the lengths of LM, MN, and NL. Okay, so here we have these pieces. So the best thing is to do a little sketch. So we have this segment, L, there's N, and then M is somewhere in the middle here. So we have LM, which is this piece right there, is 7y plus 9. MN is 3y plus 4. And then the full length of this segment is 143. Okay, so remember segment addition, add the two pieces together and set them equal to the whole thing. So 7y plus 9 plus 3y plus 4 equals 143. Okay, so we just simplify this now, gather the like terms. So here, from 7y plus 3y gives us 10y. And then we get plus 13 equals 143. Subtract 13 from both sides. So we get 130 on this side. And y equals 13. Okay, so that gives us the y. Now we still want to know what each one of those segments is equal to, so we have to plug in the 13 into each one of those. So we have LM equals 7 times 13 plus 9. So that's equal to 91 plus 9, and that's 100. And then the second one, MN, equals 3 times 13 plus 4. So we have 39 plus 4 equals 43. And notice the 100 plus 43 adds up to 143, which is good because that's what we want. Problem number 5, find the coordinates of the midpoint of the segment with the given endpoints. So we have J and K, and we want to find the midpoint using the midpoint formula. So remember, midpoint formula equals x1 plus x2 over 2 and y1 plus y2 over 2. So we just plug in the pieces. So we have -1 plus 3 over 2 for the x's, and then 7 plus -3 over 2 for the y's. And just simplify this. So we get -1 plus 3 is 2 over 2 is just 1. And 7 plus -3, that gives us 4 over 2, gives us 2. So that is those are the coordinates of the midpoint.